What's going on, guys? Today I kind of wanted to talk to you about Shadow of War and the end game a little bit. And I'm on the menu now, but and you see some gameplay in the back, but I'm on the menu looking at it right now, and I mainly wanted to talk to you about Shadow Wars. Not because there's not enough to do in the game. I absolutely loved this game. I really did. I thought this game was great. Compared to Shadow of Mordor, it's such a huge jump in what you really want in a sequel, because Shadow of Mordor was so good, and then they made all these big changes, but big changes that were good. These were great changes. Everything came in and it was like, whoa, you just one-upped everything. And that's what you really want in a sequel. Now, I'm going to 100% this game, and probably going to collect everything, and I'm going to play through everything. When the DLC comes out, I'm going to buy that and play that. And that's just what's going to happen, but I just wanted to talk to you about this one segment, the Shadow Wars thing, because it was so annoying for this game in particular. And what I mean by that is, you don't need all of this. This feels like it was shoved in there to help microtransaction sales, and that's pretty much it. And that's such a pain in the ass. These sieges, when they were first introduced, even before the game came out, you're looking at them and it's like, whoa, what is that? And then they tease it a little bit, and then boom, now you're seeing a siege. And it's like, damn, I want to get in and do that. And then you get in and play it, and it's so much better than you thought, and it's great, and it's fantastic. And then you're going in and doing sieges, you're building up your army, you're doing the siege, and you conquer an area, whatever. And then it gets to the end, and you beat the game, and you go through everything. And then you get to this, the Shadow Wars, which is taking the best part of the game, in my opinion, or one of the better parts, and then watering it down a huge bunch. They're making you do all of these things. There are 10 stages in the Shadow Wars. The first 9 are 2, and the last one's 4. So the first 9 with 18, and then it's 22 times you got to run through these sieges, and you do it at the end of the game. So you're doing them all in a row, and it's taking the best thing they are and making you hate it almost. By the time you get to the end, you hate it. You're like, God, I hate this. This is so repetitive. This is this. They make you hate it to a point where you wanna buy loot boxes. I mean, you don't have to. I mean, let's get this straight. You don't have to do that in this game. I understand what everyone's pissed off about, because this mode is specifically geared toward making you do that. But they make it pretty easy for you to, you know, get the regular little loot boxes and things like that. The ones that give you followers to help you just finish the siege. It's like 1500 Meridian or whatever is over there in the top right hand corner that you have thousands and thousands of anyway. So that's not too bad. Normally for a siege I would just buy 3 of those boxes. Not buy, but get 3 of the boxes with the in-game currency that you collect, and that would probably set me up for the siege, and I'd probably beat the siege, and that's not a problem for me per se. It's obviously a different problem for someone else, because to beat the 10th stage you really got to be like level 60 and get those things up, and then go in and get the orcs and things like that. It's a real pain in the ass. But yes, I 100% think this was geared toward microtransactions, making you want to put that couple extra bucks just to get through this mash of nonsense. And it's so disappointing for something like this. It really, really is. There's so many things right about this game, and then the Shadow Wars kind of just ruined it. And then that cutscene you get at the end is kind of a letdown, really. It kind of takes away the idea that they might make a third game. I was hoping they would. I was hoping this would kind of eke out into Middle-earth a little bit more. They're showing some of the Gondor cities and stuff when you scroll over some of the lore and things of that nature. After this, I'm almost demanding that you can make sieges on real places when it comes to it. At the end of the third Shadow of Mordor game, if they make one, I want to have a full siege on Minas Tirith, and I want it to be God knows how long. I want it to be for scale. I want to be able to go in and out of that thing. There's got to be 100 victory points. I don't care how many. That's what I want after going through this nonsense. Oh, it's so miserable by the time you get to the end, especially if you're like me, where you've beaten everything else and you kind of just want to get through, push to that last thing. It's like 4 days it took me to do this damn thing because there's so many to do, and then you gotta level up everything, and you gotta get to level 60 almost, pretty much, if you don't want to buy your way up and get better orcs and things of that nature. It's a real hassle if you don't put money into it. I mean, it's definitely doable, as I said, but it's a definite hassle. You don't get enough XP from doing other things. The real things that get you XP are doing these Shadow Wars things, and it's just such a damper on what was a really fantastic game. And I don't understand. I mean, other than the microtransaction things, I don't understand why there couldn't have been some sort of other end game to this. I mean, they've got the online conquests that are difficult to get into, or I mean, once you get to a certain point, they're really difficult. There's some people who have built some great armies and things of that nature. Sure, some people have fought, but I mean, there's some great armies out there, and it's a real challenge on yourself to go in and beat some of these. And just, there could have been a different end game. There are plenty of collectibles, there are plenty of little missions you can do. Even if they added another fort or two to the end that were insanely difficult. If you could get to level 60 and your orcs could get to level 65 and everything is just 70s, and you're just attacking a completely new fort, and every captain in there's a 70 and all their followers are 60s, and it's just something to fight and, you know, challenge yourself. This challenge that they give you is just so you can spend money, and just so it's an unbelievably difficult grind, which you see in many games nowadays coming, and hopefully we'll have something push that back a little bit. But this right here is, it's just a damper on what was a really, really good game. And that's all I really wanted to say. I mean, there's not a lot else I wanted to talk about. I mean, I love this game, and I'll get some gameplay of it as I move up in the online kind of conquest type of thing, and when I 100% it, I'll show all you guys. But just getting this Shadow Wars area is just something that bugged me, and I just wanted to talk about it a little bit. But guys, that's it really. Stay tuned for more if you enjoy Shadow War. I'll be putting more videos of that up coming. If you enjoy my other videos, subscribe obviously. If you don't, follow me on Twitter, link in the description. And that's it for now, guys, so peace.
You are an affront to Mordor itself. Tearing you apart is both duty and pleasure.
It's too bad both will go unfulfilled.
that, but look around. Mordor is claiming you.